The Weather Channel is Hurricane Central, and right now thousands of residents along the Gulf Coast bracing for Hurricane Isaac. We're just hours away from landfall, but the impacts could be both devastating and long-lasting.
And we have an army of live crews that are out there. They are all along the Gulf Coast to keep you ahead of this storm. In fact, now a hurricane, and expert analysis that you're not going to find anywhere else as we cover Hurricane Isaac.
Welcome back to this special extended edition of Day Planner Tracking Isaac. I'm Jen Parfagno.
And I'm Heather Tash. And you know, last minute preparations, they are underway and you're really running out of time. And we continue to see Isaac moving closer to the shore. If you haven't prepared yet, well, you got to move very quickly because in just 2 to 3 hours,
we're already starting to see some roads getting overwashed with water along the coastal areas, Mississippi in particular. Power crews are out there on their way to neighborhoods that have lost electricity already along the Gulf Coast. And we are getting reports of numerous roads closed in Florida, Alabama, Mississippi, and Louisiana because of the storm surge over roadways. The Army Corps of Engineers in Louisiana has activated its new surge barrier for the first time.
And for an in-depth analysis on Isaac, we're going to turn it over to hurricane specialist Carl Parker. Carl, you know, when we were talking to a meteorologist, the one in charge in New Orleans, he was saying that, you know, people really should have extensive supplies. In fact, some areas say a 3-day supply minimum of food, water, and so forth. Do you think that's about right in terms of what we can expect from Isaac?
Yeah, you know, part of the problem with this storm is that it's going to go on for a very long time. So you're not going to be able to, as you would in many cases with storms, go through it for several hours and then you can get out and take care of what you need to take care of. It will be going on for a solid day or more in many areas, and that's going to make it very difficult if you haven't prepared already. Now, I want to start you out with a look at the satellite picture, and you can see where the storm is now in the Gulf of Mexico, nearing the southeast coast of Louisiana, and arguably some of the peripheral effects reaching all the way up here into Georgia and South Carolina. And I want to show you a radar here from Charleston where apparently there are now 20 vehicles in downtown Charleston that are being
South Carolina
stranded as a result of heavy rain. They've gotten 2 to 3 inches of rain and expecting another 2 to 3, so a mass of rain here. So we are seeing effects well away from that storm. Now, as we go back to the storm and we look inside here, we can see that there is a nice ring of thunderstorms that is really wrapped about the center, and so it certainly is becoming more organized here. You see quite a bit in the way of thunderstorms off to the south and the east, and we expect that there will be a little more organization as that wraps around.
You can see a little bit of an eye right there.
The north and the west. Here's a look at the radar picture. You see a big ring of rain here, sort of a broad center as we've seen really going all the way back to Florida, and with stronger winds that are coming in aloft, creating some shear in the atmosphere. We're getting
enough said about that. Now let's go look outside and let me show you what happens. Even though the hurricane may not be here, it still has some it still shows a couple of things like wind. We're hearing a lot of wind against the house. Hold on. Kitty. I'm gonna bring you guys outside. Even though the hurricane's not here yet, there's still a couple things that you could tell that there's definitely a hurricane coming. As you can hear on the phone, you can hear wind going on the phone. You see the trees, there's just constant wind going. Isaac, if I could really put my prediction in, I think it's gonna be here it's gonna hit here, not just make landfall. It's gonna be here about tomorrow, probably 8 o'clock in the morning. They said it was supposed to make landfall like 2 hours ago, and it's slowed down a lot. You can hear the wind against the phone. You can hear the wind against the phone right now. Yeah, it's coming. There's no rain or anything yet. It's probably not gonna rain for at least 6 hours. I might get a couple of drizzles, but that's it. You definitely hear the wind against the phone. Just constant wind going on here. It's not strong, it's just still wind. Yet we're still a good bit hours from landfall. Yep, I'll keep you guys updated, and I'll probably take another video in like 6 hours, and you guys are going to see a probably really big change, and this atmosphere is probably going to be darker. Probably more rain clouds, probably definitely, even though it's not going to be here for a while. and there's probably gonna be a lot of winds. Probably winds up to like 20 miles an hour. But that's about it. This is about it. Nothing big. See you guys in a couple hours.